Hi, I'm Brian from the Lincolnwood Library, and today we're going to do a tech talk about a useful online community. Nextdoor is a hyperlocal social network for you and your neighbors. It's for things happening in your neighborhood and the surrounding neighborhoods. Their network is private only to the people who are on Nextdoor and who live in your area. When you sign up, Nextdoor requires you to give them your physical mailing address. They mail you a postcard with a code you type in to their website to verify where you live and connect you to the right neighborhood network as you're creating your account. So today we'll take you through the basics of Nextdoor so you can participate in your online community. On my desktop here, to get to Nextdoor, I just need to open any web browser. I have Firefox, Google Chrome, and Microsoft Edge on this computer. You may also have Internet Explorer or Apple Safari. I'm going to use Firefox. And at the top in the address bar, you can type in Nextdoor.com and hit enter. On their homepage, you see that they have basic information about them, what it looks like, what they are, a little video. To sign up, at the top, you can just press sign up. Then it is going to ask for your address, and I'll just use the Lincolnwood Library's address as an example. Here it is, and you'll have to put in an email address. Now I've already signed up for Nextdoor, so I won't complete this, but they'll ask for your email address. You'll make a password. Then they're going to physically mail you a card with a confirmation code. You'll enter that confirmation code back into Nextdoor. Once you have the Nextdoor verification code, open up your web browser and go to nextdoor.com/verify. They will ask you to sign in with the email address and password you created, and then they will ask you to type in that code. Once you have your Nextdoor account verified, you'll want to make sure you know how to log in. So I pulled up nextdoor.com, and on their homepage, there's the login button. So I click that, and it brings me to their sign-in page. In the email box, you type the email address that you gave them when you signed up and the password that you created. And hit sign in. And then it will redirect you to your home page. Now, I live in Park Ridge, so it's going to look a little bit different in Lincolnwood, especially any maps, but this is the start page of Nextdoor. Now that we're logged in to Nextdoor, let's take a look at its interface. Again, since I live in Park Ridge, it's going to look different for you, but let's take a look at the interface. So it's a pretty clean design. On the left side, you have different sections of Nextdoor that you can go to see different types of posts. In the middle, similar to Facebook and Twitter and Reddit, is your news feed. These are the posts that apply to you. At the top is a menu bar. There's a home button that takes you back to your home news feed. You could do a search On the right, they have sections related to you. Notifications, private messages. You can basically ignore this person icon. You're allowed to invite other people. They'll mail out physical invitation letters for free. But if you don't want to do that, you can just ignore it. Click out of that. Profile and settings. You can see your profile in settings, help, or sign out. Let's take a closer look at the news feed. Again, you click the home button to get to your Nextdoor news feed, and it will load the posts for you. They're in the middle. You can see who posted it, when it was posted, what community it is. There can be links in posts and all sorts of information. There are comments that can be replied to, just like other social networks. Now, there are also advertisements. Ads are how Nextdoor is paid for. But I want to take just a little closer look at this post here as an example. So at the top, it kind of highlights why this post is in my feed. One of my neighbors commented on this. And here is the post. You can write text and do lists. The comments are beneath the post. If there are a whole bunch of comments, you might see buttons like this where some of the first comments are hidden. So I'm going to click that. And then it loaded the rest of the comments. Now, if you like a post and want to give it a boost, you can hover over the thank button, and there are options. You can give a smiley face to it, a heart, +1 agree, haha if it's a funny thing as well, say wow, or if something is sad, you can react like that. The reactions are shown on the right. You can click that to see who put what kind of reaction. At the bottom, beneath the content of the post, you see a little more information about the post, what section of Nextdoor it was posted to, general, and this is a link that I could click through to see all general posts and which neighborhoods can see it. Now, Nextdoor does start out hyperlocal, just to your neighborhood, but sometimes the neighborhood next to you is relevant as well. So they allow local cross-posting. If I click this link, I can see which neighborhoods can see the post. Yellow is my neighborhood, and the green is the neighborhoods that can see the post. You can zoom in and zoom out. Unfortunately, Lincolnwood is not included in this post. To get out of this view, you just press the X in the corner. So if I did want to interact with this post, I could give it a wow, and it shows my reaction and increases the reactions. I recommend not clicking on ads. They could be relevant, but it is a paid post. It's not what you're here on Nextdoor for. The paid posts are going to come from businesses. So as I scroll through more of the news feed, it shows that there were 2 comments by my neighbors on this post, and some of the advertisements are a little less obvious. They are still local, but it just says sponsored. This looks very much like a legitimate post, except for the fact that it says sponsored. So you have to look for that very carefully. All right, let's take a closer look at the sections of Nextdoor. When you log in, it loads your home newsfeed, and you can get to that by pressing home or the house button. And this is your feed both of your neighborhood and some surrounding neighborhoods. If you want to see only the posts from your neighborhood, it's the button just beneath home in the left side sections bar. It'll say the name of your neighborhood. So I can press that and see that someone in my neighborhood is looking for some web design help. There's a couple of comments, all sorts of things, some police notifications. Someone is looking for an electrician. So you can see the posts specific only to your neighborhood. And if you want to add a new post, you can do that. Now I can click on the map to see my neighborhood. I can zoom out to see the whole extent of it. And the map shows in red houses that are not on Nextdoor, in green houses that are on Nextdoor, and in yellow houses that have been invited but haven't joined yet. The next section, Digest, gives you a high-level overview of what has been going on in your Nextdoor in the last couple days. Posts with lots of comments or reactions, their titles, who posted them, and you could click through on any of these posts to see more. Nextdoor has a help map they've recently added, which allows people in your community to offer help, whether it's running errands or whatever is needed. In this case, you can volunteer to help others in your area. The businesses section lists different types of businesses in your area. You can filter down. Maybe I'm already getting hungry for dinner tonight. I can look for pizza places. And I can see some in the area. The business section of Nextdoor is very likely to have advertisements, so watch out for that. At the bottom, you can see recent conversations that mention businesses, and you can see more as well. For sale and free is Nextdoor's basic clone of Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. You can search for items. You can see other items that people are offering. There are some sponsored ads. You can filter down. Maybe I'm only looking for free items. There we go. Or not. I can see items from just my neighborhood or nearby. I can filter. Maybe I'm looking for a bicycle. And I can find items that I might want to buy. Now I can also post an item. It's very simple. I can select what type, for sale and free. I can say who I want to post it to, just my neighborhood, nearby, or the broad local area. I can say rocking chair for sale, lightly used, reasonable price and willing to negotiate. Can enter in a price and choose a category. So that would be furniture. You're going to want to add a photo. You can pull up by clicking Add Photos your system ability to add a photo and then hit Open. And you would post item to send that out. You can click on items, see their description, save it, message the people, or if you think someone else you know might be interested in it, you can click share and message it to someone through Nextdoor, or copy a link to your clipboard to share by email. Just like the business section, local deals is also highly likely to have advertisements in here. Highlights businesses in the area that are offering goods, and it shows you which of these offers are available. There are some expired ones as well. People can post events to Nextdoor. You can RSVP if you're going, or maybe, or just ignore events. If you have RSVP'd to an event, you can click My Events. You can add an event. I'll do my neighborhood. And we're going to say it's a party. And we're going to say block party this weekend. Everyone's invited. Bring your favorite dessert. So then you would hit next, and you could select the day and the time, the end time, put your address down, and announce it. But I'm gonna X out of that to cancel. So you can see months, different events, can click through to see the events. They may be virtual or in person. You can see descriptions. If you have to go to other websites, links can be included. And if there are costs, you can mention that. The real estate section is another section that is likely to have a lot of ads. If you want to stay in the same neighborhood but want to move, you could see other houses in your area that are for sale. Under crime and safety, you can see information related to your area. Hopefully there's nothing here, but you never know. Safety can be more broad than crime. There may be information about local protests or police action. This is not an official outlet of any media or any police or safety organization. So you'll want to be very careful with information here. Lost and found is similar, but only for physical items and a lot of times pets that have been lost to help people find them. People post if, for example, a cat has been lost. They posted it pretty widely to a lot of neighborhoods, and people talk, and a lot of times the pets are found. Just like all the other sections, you can add new, and it pulls up the composer. Especially for pets, you'll want to include a photo. You can give a subject and type out your description. Sometimes people post documents to Nextdoor. And you can see those. This is kind of an archive. This is not one of the most used sections. General, however, is used regularly. You can see that people are looking, for example, for document shredding. Doesn't exactly fit anywhere else. You can make your post and talk about general topics. There's a subsection for groups. You can create a group if you want to have a local book club or a news discussion group. It will show groups near you. There are all sorts of different groups. Some of these groups are private and you can request to join. And other groups are just open and you can just join them. And then you can click through to see the group. And it is similar to Facebook groups. They have their own little page where you can discuss things, you can share with the group, and the group will be listed in your groups. Now, if you want to leave the group, you press its button and you can press Leave Group. And it asks you to confirm. Underneath groups, there is a subsection for topics. You can register specifically to get posts related to certain topics. Nextdoor filters through and identifies posts with certain topics. So these are the topics that I follow. And you can see other topics as well. If I'm interested in music, I can join that. If I change my mind, I can unfollow a topic. So this will help to make sure that I get content that's relevant to me in my newsfeed. There are all sorts of subsections of these topics: outdoor and exercise, home and garden, local schools, neighborhood and community, even more interests. So those are the topics. Under directories, you can see your neighbors. You'll want to be very careful using this information. These are all your neighbors that are registered through Nextdoor. You can click message buttons to message a specific neighbor. These also include businesses as well. And there is a helpful link to invite people if you want to add to this directory. And you could invite other people to join you on Nextdoor. There's a pet directory, which is very cute. People post pictures of their pets in case someone is lost. The public agencies directory is really nice because it also shows posts from the organizations. The Census Bureau is looking for some people to help out. And there's all sorts of information. These are from vetted agencies. These are verified with the little check marks. They are not just your neighbors. These are official government agencies posting government messages with various information. These can include public safety and other government agencies. So those are the sections on the left of Nextdoor. All right, I've waited a little bit after going through all the sections in the left navigation bar, and I switched to a different browser. In Google Chrome, the newest sections are labeled with this new blue with white text icon. So if Nextdoor ever adds any sections to help further organize it, you'll be able to know by looking for icons like that. Also, the private group Niles Local Politics Discussion let me in. So I can click that to see the group and the posts. If I want to post something, I can click there. They allow messages, polls, or events. I could do a basic subject. Maybe I have a question about parking regulations, and I could type a message and hit post. You can also post things directly from the home newsfeed. Above the top post, you see post a message, event, poll, or alert to your neighborhood. And when you hover over that, your mouse turns into a cursor. So I can click into there. And you see it gives me the options. I'm not going to want to do an urgent alert, but that is possible. You can make an event, a poll, ask a direct question with multiple choices, or do a message. I'm going to show you doing a message. So my message is going to be a general one. And I'm just going to post it only to my neighborhood. And a subject, I'm going to say babysitter. My wife and I are expecting our first child, and we might need help with a babysitter. Does anyone know a good babysitter who has dealt with newborns? Does anyone have any recommendations? Now, I've seen posts like this before on Nextdoor. It's okay to post something that has been posted before. People are generally very nice about responding to things that have already been posted about. Nextdoor is a really nice, laid-back, easygoing community. So I actually do want to ask this question, and to do that, I can simply press post. And you see it thinks, and it has listed the subject. This is a clickable link to a permanent link to this post. And there's the text. It's in the general section in my neighborhood. So if I go over to my neighborhood, it should appear there, and it does. So hopefully my neighbors will respond. Just like Facebook and other social networks, Nextdoor sends notifications. They are available on the bell icon in the upper right. So I can click that and see notifications. Some of these are related to my topics of interest, and others are related to posts that I have interacted with. If I wanted to see more information about one of these things, I could click it, and it will take me, after it loads, directly to that post. Next to notifications is messages. If you have a message, you'll get one of these number icons in the upper right corner of that. I can click that icon to go to the full message center. On the left, different conversations would appear if you had received one, you could click one of these messages and then it would appear over on the right. So you can read the back and forth. I can compose or start a new message and it brings up a basic composer. This is to individual people, not to groups. So I could do a subject and I can search for neighbors. I would pick one, enter a message, and send. Now, you can also click email a copy of this message so that it will be in your personal email inbox along with Nextdoor. Let's take a look at profile and settings. I'm on the Nextdoor homepage, and in the upper right corner, there's profile and settings. So I can click that to see the different sections. I'm going to view my profile first. So this is what others can see from the directory. There's the ability to add a big photo and kind of a profile photo. It shows when I joined, my neighborhood, my name. I could write a brief introduction, something about me. I can add family and pets, emergency contacts. They can see topics I follow. You can add skills, a log of recent activity, if I had any for sale and free items, and if I had any skills. So that is my profile. Again, this is viewable through the directory. Now I can also go, by clicking that icon, go to bookmarks. This is a post I was looking for an electrician a while back, and I bookmarked that as an opportunity to look into. So if you need to track a whole bunch of different posts and need nice links back to them, when you click a post, there is the bookmark icon in the upper right, and you would just click that to add it, to see it in your bookmarks. Now you can also view your settings. This takes you to account settings. There are subsections for privacy, notifications, SMS, and nearby neighborhoods. Shows information about me. If I move, I can hit this button here, move to a new address, and they will take you through that process. Now, if you change your mind and don't like Nextdoor, they've got the link to the process to deactivate your account. They have a help section, which opens in a new tab. You can search through their help. I'm going to close that tab back here. Community guidelines. They want Nextdoor to be a good community, so they've written out some specific guidelines, and they have further information on a lot of these topics. Now you also have the ability to claim your business, or under the three dots, add a business page. Both of those go to the same function. You can describe if you're just looking for gigs on the side, or if it is a professional business. So that'll help you get started making your business page. Under settings also is sign out. If you're on a public computer or need to sign out for some reason, if Nextdoor is not cooperating, you want to sign out and sign back in, you would sign out right here. I've been showing you Nextdoor from the desktop, but Nextdoor is also available as an app in the Google Play Store. If you search for Nextdoor, there are actually a bunch of Nextdoor apps. These two are not actually by Nextdoor, This is the app that government agencies use. You want this one, the green house. This is what the app looks like. There's some screenshots. You can install it. Nextdoor is also available on the Apple iOS store for iPhone and iPad. So that's Nextdoor. Everyone will get a little something different out of it depending on who your neighbors are, what they post, what you post, what groups you join, who you message, and what your interests are. But it's all local, and there are no spammy robots and much fewer problems than other social networks. We hope you'll be able to participate in your community using Nextdoor. So we hope you'll be able to get the most out of Nextdoor after watching this video. You can go to the library's website, lincolnwoodlibrary.org, to see all of the other resources and services we offer, including our new curbside book pickup. You can go to the library catalog to search for items and reserve something before coming in. On the library homepage, you can go under Research and Learning and click on Quick Links to see all of the premium resources that are available to Lincolnwood residents, including lynda.com for even more technology training videos and a whole bunch more great resources. If you have any questions, please reach out, contact us, we can help you out. And thank you for watching this video.